No mother no deserve this. Jamaica, how we moving so worthless. It a bother me yo, it a fit up your note, tired of funeral service. For your place full up of churches, also full of autos so dirty. When you kill a picnic when the word, how the moving so curse and funeral actions are we. Jamaica need a quick plan. You know see we sinking like a sing song. Canada shut to you, told me if you shut up me mouth when I cry we a cry out. Cry we a cry out. Cry we a cry out. You know see the little lover die out. I cry we a cry out. Cry we a cry out. Cry we a cry out. You know see we culture die out.
Here with Pawdna TV host Andre Stevens. Andre, good to talk to me. Good to talk to you for the first time on Big Stone Television. When I watch your program, Andre, and we spoke about Danielle Rowe, you brought me to tears when you cried like a baby, when you saw videotapes of little Danielle playing, joking with her sister. What was going through your mind? You were so distraught. Share that with me.
The truth is, if you know me, you will know that I love children, I love elders. My best friend is my grandmother, and my close friends who are my heartbeat are those who are closest in different circles, and their children. When I came to the reality to have seen one of those who I really love, and that his or her throat slashed, lifeless on a bed, it brought me to that state of vulnerability, that state that it could have been my sibling, it could have been my niece, it could be my nephew, it could have been my cousins, it could have been somebody who is close to me. So I say that to say, I expect the response of Jamaica could have been, it could have been my child. So when I thought about what the father and the mother are going through at this time, little Danielle Rowe death, it brought me to that point of vulnerability. And I'm simply saying to Jamaica, I'm simply saying to Jamaica today, it could have been your daughter, it could have been your son, and that is why it has brought me to that state of vulnerability, and I won't stop advocating for those children, those who are most vulnerable, the elders, the grandma, the grandfathers, and all who's in Jamaica, who is at that space of vulnerability.
Investigative journalism is what you do. There are others out there, I don't even watch them, but I watch your channel a lot. As a matter of fact, your channel sometimes put me to bed. I put my earphone on and I listen to you until I fall asleep. Andre, where you get the strength, the energy to go on for 3 hours or more, for 6 days out of the week? I know the plight of the people concern you. I know Jamaica concern you. But how you do it? Even sometimes when you're sick.
The fire that is within me, the fire that is within the belly for a better Jamaica. If we could have 14 others, 20 others who had the fire and the passion that I had, it's being consistent in the responses of finding the truth. And many would argue that I'm not doing investigative journalism. Many would say that it's clout chasing. Many argue that there's nothing behind it. So my point is, show me the truth. If I am spreading propaganda, if I am telling lies, show the truth. And the truth is, the media in Jamaica is no longer doing that level of work and journalistic work where they're trying to find the truth. Danielle Rowe should be on the lips, on the headlines of every media house. Danielle Rowe should be on the houses of every media channel. And I'm not talking about 5 minutes or 2 minutes. I'm talking about having like a CNN, having like a NBC, having like a Fox kind of media that you can say to yourself, yes, We're following the cases, we're pinning. From the point that she left, who could, who this, who could that. But we are not putting in the context and putting in the questions. What could have possibly been? Who is this woman? Who is the woman to the child? Who in the family does this woman know? We as the media, we're not doing enough. And because we're not doing enough, because the media is not doing enough, it simply means that Jamaica is in a space where everything goes to file 13. We need to come from that kind of stereotype and that kind of issue where as the issue is brought up, it serves 3, 4, 5 days. Another big story come, distract we, and we get fallen off. We come off the agenda, I am saying to Jamaica, Miss Messam and Mr. Rowe need to know who killed their child. Miss Messam and Mr. Rowe need to know who killed their child. Many others in this country, all the children who have gone missing, their mothers and their fathers need closure. But there's not been a fulsome team in the Jamaica Constabulary Force that is dedicated to investigative work. The police force in this country is so much. Today they are consistent, tomorrow them all over the place. The consistencies in governance is why Jamaica is where it is today.
I beg to ask this question though. The Prime Minister made a statement and he said, Danielle Rowe is our 8th child murder this year. Strong measures now will be taken.
What are the strong measures?
I'm asking you, Andre, what happened when the first child was killed? The second, the third, the fourth, the fifth.
What are the strong measures?
That's what I'm asking.
I want to ask you, 8 children have died since the start of this year. Wouldn't a special task force be set up by the Jamaica Constabulary Force dedicated to investigating children murder? Wouldn't a special task force be set up for domestic violence or gender-based violence in this country if the government and the powers that be are serious about eradicating or reducing children violence and violence against women? I am tired of the talk shop in this country. I am tired of opposition and government speaking and the inconsistencies in their leadership begs to question Big Stone. Who is going to hold them accountable? The children, a few months ago we heard about what is happening in state care where pedophiles come to Jamaica and interacting with the state care. Is a task force set up to go and look into what is happening in the children's home in this country?
Oh my God.
Is a task force set up?
Hey, my God.
Who are asking the questions? Who are pressing them? You set up a new person to take away from Rosalie Gage Gray. Who is putting it and holding the new person to account? What is the system of accountability? We are talking about holding government to account. Who is holding the civil service to account? Who is holding all of these people to account? And at the end of the day, Jamaica I get messed up what they here. Them claims say, oh, the system was hacked. But I want to ask you this, Big Stone. The system is hacked. Has Jamaica I ever worked? Has Jamaica I ever worked? Can they prove to us where Jamaica I has been assisting in reducing or eradicating crime in this country? I want to ask you, Big Stone, can the Jamaica Constabulary Force prove to Jamaica which crime scene has Jamaica I have assisted in catching a criminal? Show me one! Show me one! One! If they can't show me one, I can't take back my talk. But they can't prove to this country that Jamaica I has ever worked.
Andre, I have to ask you again this question. You are master great following every night. 10, 12, 15,000 people watch you all over the world. But where are they today? Most of them don't come out. What is happening? Are they drunk with the water, the food?
The
are
fear.
they afraid?
I'm going to say this to you.
They're afraid.
There is a fear in this country. There is a fear in this country that the moment you speak, you're on a cancel culture. You see, from me know so me start talk, I'm on cancel culture, I just decide to say, all right, me I go stand for something or die for something. But because Jamaicans are say, oh, me I go lose this, me I go lose that, I lost my restaurant. Yes. I lost families. I lost friends. But I've been consistent in this country because somebody has to stand up. Somebody has to do it. Somebody needs to keep the fire going. Somebody needs to keep the fire burning. I am telling you, Big Stone, people are fed up, but people are fearful. And I myself is vulnerable. You know why I'm vulnerable, Big Stone? I am weak. I am weak. I am weak because every day them expect me that at 8 o'clock I must be speaking about the agenda for the country. How many of them are supporting me? How many of them are saying, boy, Andre, we are going to put together this. Me a call upon the entertainers today. Me a call upon the entertainers. Me a say to you today, the angel and all on you. You have the power to change the narrative in this country. They have used it in France.
Yes, we do.
They used it in France.
Yes, we do.
The Enlightenment period in Europe was a system where writers came together and enlightened Europe. I am saying George Floyd, they get affected. And the police them do. I see people like Spice stand up. And people like Spice say, oh, but me not call out Spice, you know. But what me I say today is, where is the collective from the entertainment group? Carleen there, you there, Tanya there, Reza B there. But warm to Movado, warm to Popcorn, warm to Bounty, warm to Shansia, warm to all of the people them.
You know what them can do a live.
My point is, the advocacy, the music needs to be consistent. The music can't always be about prettiness, gun, shopping, scamming. The boy me can't talk about me good and me foot and me fat. The discussion needs to change. Jamaica, they want standpoint. We never see Jamaica at this before.
Never.
Jamaica's never been at this before.
It's true, we have to change it.
Jamaica's never been at this place before.
We have to change it.
I'm never say to you, entertainers.
Yes, talk to them.
If 50 and stand up, how much of the visa them can cancel? If 50 and stand up, if 20 and stand up, how much of them can cancel?
Cancel visa for rights and choose that not gonna happen.
But my set is, they will
gonna do it.
They have used their allies to silence people. You see me not plan to leave Jamaica. Me a stand right there, so if anybody thinks oh, me a go foreign. If them kill me, me keep me dead for my side. Me dead for my side. Because when, me go say this, when should my blood ever spill in this country?
Wow.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The pirate Andre Stevens from Pawdna Draw TV has just spoken his piece, and words are well said. Thank you, Andre. The world listen as we come from Emancipation Park in regards to Danielle Rowe and all the other children and our citizens who has been murdered on a daily basis.